Hi, this is Majnu, and I have here a book that I bought yesterday. It's called Build Up Your Chess, Part 3 by Artur Yusupov, and it's an I haven't, of course, I haven't worked through the whole book yet because it's really a lot of material here, but as far as I can see until now, this is really an excellent training book. The idea of it is that Artur Yusupov, the Grandmaster and writer of this series, Build Up Your Chess Part 1, 2 and 3, he has made these books, written these books because he saw that there are so many chess amateurs who do not have the possibility of getting personal training, chess training. So he made this book in a way that you can actually train yourself. What he does is that, well, each part of this series has a different level. Part 1 is really for beginners, and Part 2 is it's called Beyond the Basics, or Beyond the Fundamentals. Now, Beyond the Basics, and Part 3 is called Mastery. And so Part 3 is actually meant for players under a ELO rating of 2100. Part 1 is for beginners up to 1500, and Part 2 is for level up to 1800, and above that, so between 1800 and 2100 is this Part 3. And in this series he examines a few themes, and each theme is explained with a number of examples, analyses of positions in Grandmaster games, and then after these examples there is a number of exercises that the reader must solve himself. And he says very clearly in the introduction that if you want to really get the most out of this book, you really must do these exercises really seriously. Put the pieces on the board, write down the variations that you find, and really look at the position as if you were playing this position in a game. And he also says write down every variation that you find, of every idea that you find, because when he shows the solution he gives the reader an amount of points for each variation or idea that he found. So I think it's a very good exercise for the, let's say, more serious player who wants to improve. I'm very happy with this book, and this position that you see on the board now is actually one of the examples that he uses to explain the theme about combinations that involve promotion. So now that you know the theme, maybe you would like to have a look at the position and try to find, it's black to move, what the way is to promote with this passed pawn on c4, because that's the key piece of the position. I'll continue explaining the solution, so if you want to have a try yourself, pause the video. Okay, so the correct move here is bishop to h3 check. It's not very difficult to find that one, because this bishop cannot be taken. If king takes h3, then the queen falls, queen takes f2. But have you thought about what happens after king to g1? If you didn't look at this possibility, pause the video again and have a look at what can black do now. I'll continue explaining the solution in a few seconds. Alright, so right here it's not enough to exchange the queen and the bishop. If queen takes f2, king takes f2, bishop takes f1, king takes f1, and if we advance the pawns, then king e2, and white is in the square of the black pawn, so this black pawn will be taken soon, and then it will be white who will have a winning pawn ending with a pawn more. But what is possible is to pin the bishop on f1 by moving queen to a1. That's what happened in the game. Queen to a1. It's an excellent move, because now the bishop on f1 cannot move, and the queen on f1 is bound to keep defending this bishop. The queen cannot move, cannot take on a7 or move to c5, because then the queen takes f1. That's the beauty about this move, queen to a1. In the game, it continued with queen to e2, and now black simply advanced the c pawn, c3. White moved king to f2, and now that the pawn has advanced one square, it's enough to trade everything. Queen takes f1, queen takes f1, bishop takes, king takes, and now c2, and black wins. So I hope you found this an interesting example, and if you have the possibility of having a look at this series of books that are published by Quality Chess, the name of the series is Build Up Your Chess, and the writer is Grandmaster Artur Yusupov. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on YouTube. Goodbye.